solutions and expert guidance, but also empowered to make local decisions and work from a foundation of strong community connections. Commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust.
Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue.
It's a party, baby.
This is Scalzo and Brust. Woo! Presented by Michelob Ultra.
It's a party, baby.
On 94.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
It's a party, baby. Woo! It's a party, baby.
Happy Monday! Welcome to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. He is Benny Barbershop Ben Brust. I'm Greg Scalzo. Josh DiMaggio running the show as usual, and I think our guy, big time Alex Strofe, producing things at the Everlight Solar Studios there off the Capitol Square in downtown Madison.
Happy Monday, Greg.
Happy Monday to you. 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776, the number to get into the show. We want to talk with you, the Scalzo and Brust family. Again, 800-990-ESPN. I love the fact that Ben can't get his voice on the air right now.
Am I good now?
All right, you're good now.
Sweet. Real quick question for you, Greg. We've reached...
Oh, Homer doesn't even want those? Oh, I see.
He's leaving some goods for Tony Smith, it sounds like.
Got it.
My lawn, do I have to start watering it since there's not rain?
Yes.
Okay. Am I too late? Is it it's starting to not look as green?
I mean, is it all dead?
It's not. There's a couple spots
that are dead.
It's where Bruce would go out and use the bathroom in the winter. No saving that spot, right?
I mean, there is. You just need to, I can't believe this is what we're doing on the radio. You could just call me after the show and talk about, you basically, for the dead spots, dig up the dead grass and then go to your local home and garden store, and there's things you can just shake right on there, and then as long as you keep it watered, it'll grow some new grass.
Sounds good. Do you got a weed whacker I could borrow?
I do.
Will you let me borrow it?
I will.
Sweet. We can move on.
Ben, when a problem arises, do you just look at everything and go, I wonder how to do that, instead of just picking up the phone that's probably in your hand already and Googling the answer?
Phone definitely not in the hand. I was pulling more weeds yesterday.
I'm speaking in general.
Who was you wanted me to call Greg then, not tell
No, you could just use the Google machine.
Google.
Oh, I didn't think about that. No.
How did you not think about that?
I mean, I'm sure there's YouTube videos. It's more fun to have conversations with people.
It's literally just, I have how to fix a dead spot in my lawn. You just rip it up and put some other stuff on.
When was the last time you were presented with a problem, and instead of asking somebody else to help you or do it for you, you just looked it up, figured it out, and did it yourself?
I usually have my girlfriend look it up. She's the Google.
You still didn't answer the question. When was the last time
Never.
you looked
It's
something
never
up?
happened, Josh.
I don't have a good answer off the top of my head.
Okay, fair.
I don't. But I'm really into yard work. I can say that.
Dan, the official unofficial panic fan of the Scalzo and Brust family from East Troy. Dan says the less you water it, the less you have to cut it. Doesn't grow as fast if you don't water it. Doesn't look as good, but doesn't grow as fast.
I mean, this is only a rental. I'm just trying to, get by the summer.
I mean, if you don't care, then just don't care.
No,
if you're out there pulling weeds every weekend.
I care. That's the thing. It's I act like I don't care, but then I'm pulling stuff that people would have just left if they didn't want it to look good. And I feel very proud about the work I put in yesterday. Sweating my butt off. It's fun. It's I'm kind of becoming addicted to yard work.
Is that
natural?
Was the weeding idea yours or someone else's?
No, it was mine. It was mine.
Okay.
I've always liked it. I mean, look, it's kind of a peaceful time. You're just getting stuff done. You feel very productive afterwards.
Low back always hurts the next day though. So I have to figure out a better strategy in terms of like bending.
Do you have one of the gardening pads there that you could just put your knees on?
I don't. Should I get one of those?
You can get one of those. That's what a lot of the.
They're very cheap.
Yeah.
Are they common, or you guys are both kind of smiling?
I would say stereotypically they tend to be older people who are working in their garden who use them.
Old women generally.
But you, as a former athlete, and you're
People have made fun
average
of me for
size
liking,
guy, so like
people have made fun of me for liking pink tricks. Has that stopped me? No.
pink tricks.
Drinks.
Cosmos.
Oh, pink drinks. Yes.
Yeah. Don't care if I'm going to be shamed for getting on my knees pulling weeds.
Well, so do you just do you just bend over right now?
Right now, I'm just in a squat, bending over.
Yeah, you should get a little. Because I know your knees hurt. You've got the little thing
hips.
where you've got to just yeah. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Romeo Dobbs had an interesting comment to make. I'm just going to blow right by. Had an interesting thing to say when he was asked about what it was like working with Aaron Rodgers, and simultaneously tried to give Rodgers credit. Well, I think unveiling something that many of us had already expected. Here is second-year wide receiver for the Packers, Romeo Dobbs.
I mean, it's a little different. I'm glad I had Aaron here for the first year because he's pretty much taught me a lot. Barely speaking to me, and I don't mean that anyway. I don't mean that no other way. But he's definitely taught me a lot, and I make sure I shout him out every time. He's being asked, for the players and whatnot, but. Everything is pretty good, I'm glad, I know this is Jordan's first year. I'm glad I have Jordan. I've played against Jordan. I've gotten reps with him. So I feel like things will be pretty good moving forward.
Romeo Dobbs there, letting it slip that that while he's crediting Aaron Rodgers of his own volition, said, yeah, I learned a lot from him, even though he barely spoke to me. And that's kind of the takeaway, right? Is that Aaron Rodgers with the first-year rookie wide receiver, fourth-round draft pick out of Nevada, and Romeo Dobbs. Aaron may have led by example, which to me is what Romeo is trying to express, right? Hey, I have a lot to be thankful for Aaron. I'm happy I was with him for this year. I learned a lot from him without having to be spoken to. I think just going in and watching how Aaron prepares, the expectation that he has, the things that he would say to the team. And it's not like he said he didn't ever speak to me. He just said barely.
Yeah, barely is telling, though, because to me, Romeo Dobbs was the talk of training camp. He was before Christian Watson became the big thing in the middle of the season, where he went on a really awesome run that was exciting, whether it's the crossing routes across the middle or the end arounds where he was getting the ball on runs. It was Dobbs. Dobbs was all of the talk in the offseason. Now, the thing I will say is there was a lot of that offseason where Aaron Rodgers wasn't there. He wasn't at a lot of stuff in the beginning of the season, leading up to the season. So when Aaron got there was obviously issues between the two of them from a communication standpoint. Rodgers kind of publicly called out Dobbs when it came to the Pat McAfee show, even if it was a little bit indirect. So he probably learned from him, but he's probably like, yeah, I learned from him, but he didn't talk to me. I think that's okay, because if I'm Aaron, from a mental standpoint, right, I know he had signed the extension for all that money, but when you show up and you're given tools to go be successful, and those tools probably aren't what you think you wanted heading into the season in terms of where they are at, Aaron had showed that when they draft wide receivers, he gets them there by year 3, year 4 for sure. And he probably was feeling like, am I going to really invest a bunch of time into rookies right now for the long term when I'm kind of feeling like I may not be here? Because he'd already hinted at that in the years past, even though he signed an extension. So it's just, to me, one of those things where it's like, yeah, he's not going to invest time in a place he wasn't probably going to be.
800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Was Aaron Rodgers halfway out the door throughout the season last year? And I don't think so. Like, I think the perception that everybody's talking to everybody all the time, like, to me, what Romeo's saying here is that, like, when they were on the field and Aaron needed to say something to him, he said something to him, but he wasn't taking him aside. He wasn't, like, spending time with him after practice or before and walking him through certain concepts or things like that. And I think that's the case with a lot of young rookies throughout Aaron Rodgers' career. Like, you heard MVS talk about how it was his second year in which Aaron really got involved and started working with him. And we don't know what we don't know, right? So I caution everybody who is obviously right now, there's one guy who's wearing green and gold and Romeo Doubs. There's one guy that's wearing green and white for the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. People are going to blame Rodgers for a lot of this. Could he have been better? Seemingly, yes. But we also don't know what we don't know. We don't know if Aaron was like, yeah, well, then show up early to practice to work with me, Romeo. I mean, we heard throughout the season, not only Aaron, but Matt LaFleur talk about the young players needing to refine practice habits, needing to be more prepared. I don't have any idea who that was in reference to, but I do think taking this one clip and putting it out there to be like, hey, Aaron just was like refusing to work with these guys doesn't feel like the full story necessarily.
I mean, even the fact that he said barely talk to me. I mean, like you said, it's not like he said didn't talk to me at all. It just meant Aaron was probably investing his time in making the team better in ways that he thought it was most important to him at that time. Even if, like, again, Romeo Doubs was the talent that everyone was excited about, they didn't connect well, and it's probably Aaron was probably like, all right, at this point, you know, we're not doing very well. I feel like midway through the season, even referencing the Schneidman article, there was at points where it felt like the Packers front office felt like Aaron wasn't giving the effort that he needed, that they wanted him to give with all the money that they signed. And whether that's true or not, it's probably somewhere in the middle where Aaron was mentally at times like, this is who I'm working with right now, a bunch of rookies, and like this is what we brought in. Like, why wasn't it planned out better where we're at this point in my career and we didn't draft anybody 2 years ago and now we're doing this? There's probably just a level of frustration that boiled up to like, not going to spend as much time with Romeo.
Chef Ed chimes in, 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776, as the comments by Dobbs proves the egomaniac that Aaron Rodgers really is. Why? Well, I mean, look, it's not great when you hear that your quarterback is barely talking to your young wide receivers in terms of developing them. But I also, again, like, I don't know if they're in a hand signal meeting every week, right? Now, Jordan's leading that. But the idea that, like, Aaron's not communicating with these guys is wrong. What he, to me, is saying, again, is like, that was it. Like, there's zero relationship with Romeo Doubs and Aaron Rodgers outside of what needed to be discussed. And I do think having a relationship with your teammates is beneficial overall to the team, so I can understand how that's the feeling. But you also have to understand from Aaron probably how frustrated he was, right? Like, what is he working with there? So now he's responsible for developing the fourth-year wide receiver or the fourth-round wide receiver because they got rid of Devontae Adams and replaced him with Sammy Watkins?
And that's completely where I continue to go back to, is it's not that Dobbs isn't a good talent. It is, all right, I signed the extension, which you can say, well, then why did Aaron sign the extension? I have questions about that as well, based off the relationship they had with Goody. You can say it was just the money that he looked at and was like, hey, it's worth it. And then you show up and you're starting to deal with all these different things of how you're going to find success as a team and win. And he's like, wait, I don't think we're actually set up this way, even though I signed that contract.
Benny, why don't you tell us about your friends at Road America?
Well, they had a great weekend of weather again. Vroom, vroom is right, Joshy. The motorbikes were on the track. And get ready for the NTT IndyCar Series coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend. I'm pumped, Greg. I don't know if I told you. Getting a two-seater ride at Road America, Saturday the 17th. Mario Andretti. Woo! The speed is real. A 4-mile racetrack at Road America is amazing. You can come for the experience. All the places around that are amazing, from the food to the entertainment. What happens if it
crashes?
I have to sign a waiver. It did crash, actually, once. So it'd kind of be cool to survive a crash, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Be like, whoa, I survived a race crash. Also scary, but cool to say. Anyways, roadamerica.com to get your ticket for the NTT IndyCar Series race. The NTT IndyCar Series race. It's going to be amazing. Lots of action. Check it out, roadamerica.com.
It's going to be awesome. I love the IndyCar Series races because it is like a ridiculous amount of speed.
It's, yeah, I mean, like those things whip.
Some would say a need for speed.
Video game?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
I liked it.
Jason Wilde joins us an hour earlier than normal today. We'll talk with him next on Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
76% of people say they wouldn't take relationship advice from Homer.
Yeah, they can
Homer,
all
your
go to hell.
All right.
What is that?
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
We do still have some delays along southbound 41, pretty much stretching from Silver Spring all the way past Capitol Drive to about Burleigh, and then back on the brakes right around North Avenue to about Mayfair Road. The northbound side's a little bit tight as well from Wisconsin Avenue up past Swan Boulevard, and then on westbound 94, a little bit backed up from 27th Street through the Stadium Interchange. Traffic is brought to you by Evans Transportation in Brookfield, where they provide customized logistics solutions to keep you and your business moving forward. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy, slight chance of showers or storms, a low of 60. Tomorrow, chance of showers early, then becoming mostly sunny, breezy, and refreshing, a high of 71. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Woo! I am thirsty today. Definitely going to need a cold one. There's the one. We're back again with 21st Amendment's V Failing to tell us what's so great about the Brew Free or Die Blood Orange IPA and what separates it from other summer IPAs.
We love our Brew Free or Die Blood Orange IPA. It's one of those ones that, you know, if you're dipping your toes into an IPA, this is the perfect starter IPA for you. We use fruit in our beer, and we pride ourselves on using real fruit. Another one, this one clocks in at 7%, and we use real blood oranges in this one, and you can taste it. It's not a punch of blood orange, but it's a nice, refreshing blood orange mood with that nice hoppy flavoring finish.
Thanks again to V for joining me to talk about 21st Amendment brewing. I think we're all ready for some summer drinking, so if it's the Hell or High Watermelon or Brew Free or Die Blood Orange, remember, the fridge better be stocked.
They talk about everything, but sports always comes first.
Everything I do in discussing this with Giannis, the most important part is getting the best possible chance that he signs an extension.
Correct.
The coach is like about as important as the plumber compared to an extension with Giannis.
And the bottom line is if Giannis is on board, the rest of the team's on board.
Right. And so if the coach fails and Giannis picked him, Giannis can't blame the Bucks for that.
Correct.
It's on you, buddy.
Spend your afternoons with Homer and Tony, weekdays 2 to 4 on 94.5 ESPN.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Football guy.
I don't care how irritated you are that Jesse did that. The fact that it led to your imitation of me is more than sufficient payoff.
Football guy.
It's you.
Coming at it from different views.
Girls! I didn't know that I did that, but I guess I do.
Go to the grocery store.
We'll stop at Fleet Farm.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality Men's Health. Guys, did you know that the stored belly fat reduces your free testosterone? The more the belly grows, the harder it is to drop, mostly because of the decrease in free T. It's a vicious cycle that men are losing, and unfortunately, everyone can see it. Mentality breaks that cycle with semaglutide, an industry-changing weight loss medication that can help you lose up to 15% of your body weight while preserving your testosterone. Join our over 20,000 clients to look and feel the way you deserve. In Milwaukee, go to lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Spin you around on the chandeliers, head over heels like tears for fears you love. No, I can't get enough. Losing my cool, but I'm staying alive.
Dancing feet.
Look at Benny Music over here. Benny Bach.
Since
he doesn't know who Bach is. He's just gonna roll right.
I mean, since Jason made this his bump back song, I made it a favorite, and I started liking songs like this. So I'm vibing.
So a big thank you to Jason Weldy, who joins us now on Scalzo and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin, for introducing Kygo to Ben Brust's life. Jason, welcome into the show. I guess anything off of that you'd like to say in response to your introduction to Kygo?
Well, so I'm not a music expert like Ben is, but
I'm not either.
Kygo is he's like a DJ, like mixer guy, right?
He's like an
producer.
Avicii, right, Josh?
Yes, he's a DJ producer.
Okay, so does he just do like the beats?
Generally,
so the band is, and Josh, since you're the coolest one on the panel, it is one of the Jonas Brothers like offshoot band, like Dance,
I believe Joe,
without the A in it. Yeah, DNCE. They did Cake by the Ocean, I believe, as well, which I never quite understood that concept. But anyway, yeah, Kygo, he's got some mad beats, man.
When Jason Wilde is not being a music aficionado, he is on Wilde and Tausch 9 to noon across these very stations. He's writing largely about the Packers, although maybe I'd like to see a Kygo article slip in there at The Athletic or the Wisconsin State Journal, which is where you can find his work. So, Jason, open to any other music takes you have, but if not, I would like to ask about that Romeo Doubs cut where he talked about Aaron Rodgers barely speaking with him while simultaneously giving him credit for whatever growth he experienced last season. Were you surprised at that idea that Romeo Doubs and Aaron Rodgers weren't talking last year?
Well, at least, I mean, I guess it's important, and maybe Tausch and I didn't do a great job of it, but I thought we did a pretty fair job of it, to point out that this would be Romeo Doubs' side of the story, right? Just like Aaron Rodgers, I'm sure, has his version of it. I know that last year I talked about and wrote about how Rodgers had lunch with Romeo Doubs multiple times during training camp, because my point was actually a critical one, which was, if you'd have come to the off-season program more, you might not have to eat lunch with him so much, right? Because he would have been exposed to you more in the spring, and maybe you have a better idea of who you are and what you're about and everything else. But that's not the approach that Aaron Rodgers chose to take. So, what his view of barely talk to me was the phrase, or barely speaking to me was the phrase that he used, which, again, I don't know exactly what unfolded there, but what matters is whatever amount Rodgers was talking to him, obviously, in Romeo's opinion, it wasn't enough, right? Can we all agree on that? And so, to me, what that says is, hey, maybe Rodgers thought it was enough. Maybe Rodgers thought he was paying him all the more attention than he would another receiver, perhaps. I don't know. But if Romeo Doubs didn't feel like Rodgers was talking to him enough, then that's something that a leader, and Aaron Rodgers is a leader despite how things have gone in recent years, then a leader has to be aware of that. I don't know, Benny, you were a leader on your teams. Like, if a teammate felt like, Frank or Sam or whoever it might have been were not invested in them, that would be something that as a leader you would care about and you'd want to do better about, right? And there's got to be some communication from both sides of that equation to know that it's not as much as that player would like. Or am I crazy?
You're not crazy. It just is a little different because Bo would sniff that out and he just wouldn't play anybody that wasn't fully invested.
So do you think Rodgers wasn't fully invested, or do you think he wasn't aware of what exactly Romeo Doubs needed to feel like he was sufficiently invested into him as a player.
Well, that's kind of what I wanted to ask you next about Aaron is, like, when he was around, did you feel a different level of commitment from him than in prior years? Was it less? Was it more? Was it the same? Did you notice anything different?
I did not. I did not feel that he was less invested based on, listening to him or talking to him or how he looked when I would be at practice. Like, I did not sense that he was, like, mailing it in, if you will. And again, I think that's what kind of happens when someone says something like this, right? The next question is, well, what does that mean exactly? And does it mean that Rodgers wasn't all in? Well, certainly in Romeo Doubs' opinion, he wasn't. But look, in my opinion, this is a pretty significant criticism to levy at a player. And Romeo tried to do it as, like, in non-confrontational way as he could. But I was actually surprised, and I'm at fault on this too, that it didn't perk more ears up when he said it. I was not there when he was talking, but when I read the transcript of it that one of my colleagues had sent that was there, I looked at it right away. I was like, holy cow, really? Barely speaking to me? He taught me a lot, though, even though he barely... So, look, last year was dysfunctional on a number of levels. I would say this, and I would say this to Rodgers. I just feel like, whether it was the offseason program choices he made or whatever his approach was in connecting with Romeo, who may have a different personality than, say, Christian Watson or other young players that have come through. But quite frankly, the track record in the last couple of years, right? I mean, Rodgers clearly didn't like Amari Rodgers. Insert your own family joke here. But the bottom line is that there's at least two players, and I think they were the two players that Rodgers was referring to when he talked about all the mental mistakes on McAfee that day. Two guys that didn't feel like they connected with Rodgers, and like Rodgers either didn't like them or didn't care deeply enough about them to make more of an effort to connect with them or whatever it was, and that's not good. And that factors into a team going 8-9, I think.
Talking with Jason Wilde here on Scalzo and Brust across ESPN Wisconsin. I have a hard time saying Rodgers wasn't committed last year, right? He played through injury. Like, at some point, he could have easily just legitimately said, hey, I'm going to, sit out after that rib injury right in Philadelphia. And it seemed like he really wanted to be in there and to help. I guess I'm curious how much of this conversation, because Romeo is also the same guy that said, there's not much of a difference between Aaron and Jordan, talking about Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. How much of this do you think is just these young guys trying to show support and loyalty and throw some energy behind Jordan Love and kind of move on from while not simultaneously not moving on, but just trying to be pro Jordan in this perceived, rivalry?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question, Greg, that that's a part of it, right? Like, look, I certainly respect his attempt to be ultra supportive of the guy that's going to be throwing him the football now, because he'd be an idiot not to be, right? I mean, you come out, if you're Romeo Doubs, and say, I think Jordan's going to be fine, but, even though Rodgers barely spoke to me, I wish he was here instead. Right? That's probably not a great strategy. So, but, I mean, with all due respect to Romeo, who does seem to have, and I actually wrote about it in the State Journal this morning, does have a connection with Love. Like, they were on the same page during that 2-minute drill. I think Love completed 7 passes, and 4 of them were to Doubs, or 5 of them were to Doubs. So, look, there is some sort of connection there. That said, to try and say and be believed that there's no drop-off, and remember last year where Devontae got to Las Vegas and said to go from one Hall of Famer to another Hall of Famer, of course there's going to be an adjustment. I mean, that's not exactly what Romeo's saying, but it's kind of what he's saying. and nobody thinks that. So, again, I think he's a good kid. I think he's he's a little bit of a different guy than I've come across in my career. Tausch likes to tease me for saying he's the most even-keeled guy. But I've also found that compared to some other interviews I've done over the years, he's also like, I don't think he's not smart. I think he's smart, but the way his conversational style is kind of hard to follow. It's a little stream of consciousness, and so I'm never quite sure. I always have to kind of circle back to some of my questions to clarify them. So again, I wasn't there when he said this. I think the thing about the no drop off, he said in a one-on-one with Dennis Krause from Spectrum News 1. But the bottom line is that it's smart for him to pump up his guy. He obviously really likes Jordan. I think we all agree that, it's why I'm sure we have teammates that connect with Ben far better than they would connect with me because they're at a different point in their life and they're younger than I am and everything else. But I would also say this, the teammates that I have, and I'm up in Green Bay, so it's a little bit harder, but when I'm there, I feel like I make an effort to try and bridge that age gap if I can. And I'm not sure Rodgers did a good enough job of that. Clearly he didn't. And I think he's trying much harder, it would appear, in New York. And what that would indicate to me is that is his way of, kind of admitting without actually admitting that he should have done a better job of it last year while he was here.
So, Jason, a lot's transpired, obviously, throughout this entire process. And then when you get to recent times, OTAs, everything, you got D-Bach, kind of with his vibe. You have the younger guys trying to figure out how to move on and support Jordan Love and hanging out. But there's one guy that continues to be a mystery to me, and that's Matt LaFleur. What is his message? Do we know what his identity is? Because I'm just Goody doesn't really value him, according to some stuff that I've read from Schneidman. Who is Matt LaFleur as the Packers head coach?
Yeah, it's a good question because he is not I actually really like him. I get along with him pretty darn well. If you were to put people into categories of alpha and betas, which I think Aaron Rodgers clearly likes to do, and he made sure that he pointed out that Rich Bisaccia is an alpha, and he's an alpha. LaFleur's not an alpha, right? Alphas to me are take charge, kind of bossy, maybe jerks at times when they need to be. And quite frankly, I'm not wired that way either. So maybe Aaron Rodgers wouldn't like me to be his coach either. But I think Matt LaFleur's really smart. I think he's got really good ideas, many of which have been very successful in this league when used by other coaches. And I think he probably is too deferential at times, and maybe he should stand up for himself a little bit more and say, this is BS, and you guys need to listen to me. I think his players, the ones that are not just younger players, but guys that he connects with one-on-one that are team leaders who aren't as strong personality as Rodgers is, I think most of his players really like him and respect him. He's different than Mike McCarthy. He's different than Mike Sherman was. He's certainly different than Mike Holmgren was. But I don't think that means he can't be successful. And I'm really eager. This is another one of those Wildy specials where I don't give a strong opinion from what I read. But I'm eager to see what he's like without Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback. Because I don't know how any coach wouldn't be different with Aaron Rodgers versus without Aaron Rodgers. Because Aaron Rodgers, oftentimes is legitimately the smartest person in the room. Many of those same times he wants to make sure you know that that's the case. But he takes up a lot of oxygen. And Matt LaFleur, humbly, has been willing to let him take up that oxygen. And whether that changes now with a different quarterback who doesn't have that, because I don't think Jordan Love has from what I've seen anyway, a super strong personality. I think he's kind of would rather care about his teammates than chew their asses out, whereas Rodgers tried to do both. So I think it's going to be a fascinating dynamic, and I think you're going to have a much better feel for him, Benny, by the time we get to the end of this season than you've had with the first 4 seasons that you've watched him combined.
Yeah, we say his identity has been Aaron Rodgers, so we'll see.
Jason, any other musical recommendations for Ben before you go? And I don't know what you're talking about. Like your musical taste is far younger than Ben Brust.
Yeah, I was listening to the Moody Blues earlier today. Sydney, I don't know if you guys saw this because it was during, I think it was Memorial Day weekend, but Sydney told me that she and her friends believe that the Jonas Brothers are dad music. And so we did a Twitter, because I really like Jonas Brothers, frankly. I didn't watch the show because I was way too old for that. And it happened in a window where the girls weren't old enough to watch the show yet. And then they could probably stream it now. But I did a Twitter poll and got like almost 1,000 votes, and it was 75% no, Jonas Brothers is not dad music, 25% yes. And of course, Sydney, who's 12, said, maybe you should try polling the 12-year-old demographic so you can get a little more accurate of a vote. So I don't have a pushback on that. She's probably right.
She's probably right. Thank you, Jason. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
Outro music? Is this the Jonas Brothers?
Joe Bros.
I don't know the Joe Bros.
I mean, isn't the Joe Bro on the Kygo song?
I didn't know that until today. You know I'll sing. I don't know the song.
Jason Weldy, every day alongside Packer Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher, 9 to noon across these very stations. You can also read them at The Athletic and the Wisconsin State Journal. We're going to be at Palermo's on Wednesday, making pizzas. Benny, tell us about the pizzas that people can find right now.
Well, it's so screaming good all over your local grocer's freezers because you got the Thin and Crispies, you got the 2.5 feet of stuffed crust cheese and the I'm Stuffed stuffed crust pizza with that secret tomato recipe sauce. You got the whole milk mozzarella cheese that they source right here in the state of Wisconsin. It's so delicious. And then all the delicious Screamin' Sicilians you are going to find. You got the Boss Hog, which I keep stocked all the time. The Bester's Revenge, which is just like tons of cheese. We love cheese here. We also love the Holy Pepperoni because you're not going to see any pizza that has more pepperoni than the Holy Pepperoni. Dare I say the mother of meat has more meat than any pizza that you're going to get meat on. You'll see. Just go to your local freezer and make sure you get a Mambo Italiano. Mambo. So damn good. Find your screaming pleasure, whichever you like, at your local grocer's freezer.
We'll keep talking about... Oh, God. We'll keep talking about Romeo Dobbs, Aaron Rodgers, maybe a little Jonas Brothers. Plus, I need help with my pizza that I got to come up with on Wednesday. Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
I am the most dense individual on the planet.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Watching for some delays along westbound 94 as you're leaving the Marquette interchange till you get to about Mitchell Boulevard. That's where it starts to open up a little bit for you. We got southbound 41 slowing down from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive, and then a little bit past North Avenue. Northbound side's tight from about Blue Mound up past Swan Boulevard. And then on northbound 43, we've got some pockets of heavy traffic basically from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way through the Capitol Drive construction zone. Traffic is brought to you by Evans Transportation in Brookfield, where they provide customized logistics solutions to keep you and your business moving forward. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, a slight chance of storms with a low of 60. And tomorrow, chance of showers early, then becoming mostly sunny, breezy, and refreshing, a high of 71. Weather is brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. Celebrate Father's Day at the NTT IndyCar Series, June 15th through the 18th. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This place has a pulse. You hear it in the canopy, feel it in the ground. Life, fully illuminated, engulfs you. From the birds singing in the treetops above to the tiniest insects in the soil below. You take a deep, cleansing breath, filling your lungs with the essence of the forest. Now, imagine it's all gone. Healthy, life-giving forests reduced to nothing. No singing birds, no lush canopy, and water and food in short supply around the world. Time is running out to protect our forests, and without our love, they can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our forests. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
Magoo's on the Mound is your game day headquarters. Located on 59th and Blue Mound, just minutes from the ballpark. Magoo's has food options for everyone and a vast selection of craft beers and cocktails. Enjoy some drinks and watch all the games with your buds. Or stay entertained with pool, darts, trivia, poker, or live music. Plus, Magoo's on the Mound offers plenty of free parking and shuttles to all home games for the crew. Check out their food and drink menu as well as upcoming events at magoos.biz. That's magoos.biz.
What if in 1968 the mayor said nope to Summerfest? How many bands would you have never seen? Would hitting 12 stages in one day even be possible? Thankfully, 55 years ago, Summerfest was a yes. Milwaukee Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance. Find tickets and lineup at summerfest.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Greg Scalzo for Smart Spaces. How can Smart Spaces transform your business?
The technology frustrations we hear about, hands down, ease of use.
We take that complexity out of it and keep it down to the bare minimum of what they need and what they use.
Our goal is to lend a level of simplicity that any knowledge level can walk into that room and at a glance know exactly how to turn that room on and utilize all of its features.
Let Smart Spaces transform your business today. Visit smartspaceswi.com.
Welcome to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. May I take your order?
Yeah, I'd like 9 windows, please. I'm hoping they'll match my home.
Have it your way.
Excuse me? We're talking about windows, right?
Yes. Pella's design options are virtually limitless, even more customized than your coffee.
So you're like my personal barista for windows and doors.
Exactly. And if you customize your order by August 31st, you can bundle and save big.
Good deal.
Get started today at PellaWI.com.
A big anniversary diamond is one twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Welcome to Kessler's.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand wherever you get your podcast. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
I turn my chin music up and I'm puffing my chest. I'm getting ready to face it. Call me upstairs. It's not your fault that they hover. I mean no disrespect. It's my right. I can't help it. I still get jealous.
Can we start with a different song here, Josh? This doesn't feel like Scalzo and Brust,
I know.
does it?
I feel like I'm not on my own
Scalzo
show.
and Brust,
Are we
presented by
subbing somewhere?
Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. All right, I can do this.
This is more killer.
I know it is, but it's... No, this isn't.
This is not. This is the magic music button.
Yeah. Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. It's like a throwaway when you get busy during break and you don't line up an actual song for us. That's what this feels like right here. Definitely on a sports video game between 2002 and 2005. Not sure exactly which one, but...
I believe this is the White Stripes. It sounds like it at least.
Sounds like it is, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You, the Scalzo and Brust family, 800-990 ESPN, 800-990-3776. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, Josh DiMaggio, Alex Strofe. Ben's already got his pizza picked out that he's making on Wednesday. He wanted no part in putting it in the hands of the people. This is what I want.
Yeah.
This is it. I'm going to do...
The Benny believers know they can trust Benny to put a pizza together.
Now, for me, I want to hear, because, again, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you, the Scalzo and Brust
So am I. I just know what's right for everybody.
Okay. That's one way to go about it. I'm going to crowdsource the Scalzo and Brust family and, what is the pizza that I should make? Because I thought we were going to have a limited option between what sauces, what toppings, and then we got an email this afternoon that was just like, yeah, we could turn anything into a pizza. Like, here's some ideas, but we could turn anything into a pizza.
Yeah, like I said, I feel very confident in what everyone is going to enjoy. My Screamin' Sicilian Pizza. We're still Benny Crust is probably the leader in the clubhouse right now. That's the only thing I need help
Not
with.
Crusty Brusty?
I want to
Crust.
Crusty Brusty. I want people to it's not as inviting for obvious reasons. I am a little crusty as a person, but that shouldn't be about my pizza.
That's fine. It's just a much funnier pizza name than Brust
There's a
Crust.
lot of things you guys need to explain to me on the show. The name behind Krusty Brusty, you don't.
Hillsy chimes in and says bacon and jalapenos and call it the smoky and spicy. It's not a bad idea.
I heard another Scalzone upstairs.
What does that mean?
People do love the idea of Scalzone.
But there's no calzone crust. Do we just ask them? Should I say, hey, is there a way to do a scalzone?
You should just be able to fold the crust in half, right?
just legit take it, fold it over. Maybe I'll reach out and say, hey, I'll have a pizza idea, but can we do a calzone?
If he gets
a calzone,
if he gets a scalzone, you're getting crushed, Benny.
Doesn't mean it's gonna taste good just because it's like a cool name.
No, I'm
panicking.
I'm panicking. Hillsy gave us bacon and jalapenos. Ron in the Key says for Ben it has to be the 10 3/4 inch size.
We're not redoing the joke about the pizza being short, just like me.
Just did. Daniel, the official landscaping sloth of the Scalzo and Brust family, says Brust crust just sounds like you're having people eat your... Dave from Oak Creek says, in Brust we crust.
Oh, hell yes.
It's a good one, actually.
I mean, in Brust we trust was the high school sign. There was also one in college. In Brust we crust. Hell yeah.
Cool.
even my fun stuff you have to poo-poo.
So right now, the crust options are thin and crispy, stuffed crust, original, and single serve. I'm going to rule out the single serve, and I think I'm going to rule out... I like the thin and crispy, but I feel like I got to play
it. If you're
to
going to make your pizza, you want it to have a little more girth.
Oh, I was leaning thin and crispy.
Interesting. Thin and crispy could actually work for like a bacon and jalapeno.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get a little like honey drizzle on there.
Whoa, hot honey.
You like the little honey drizzle on
honey
there,
on
too?
The crust would be...
Why are you guys... I don't like this thing. Joshy, but what about in Brust we crust, though, with the barbecue sauce and
I'm going to
tomato
have to write
mix?
some of these ideas down here.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm going to forget.
Luckily, they're on the text line.
No, I just came up with that, because you know what? You do have to think differently about the crust depending on what the pizza is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think for a calzone, I would almost go like an Italian sausage calzone. So like the sausage, peppers, onions.
You could toss the meatballs in there, too.
You could toss the meatballs in there. Yep. Make that like a... Or... You know, if you do the thin and crispy, I kind of like it a little, just bacon and jalapeno. I don't like too many toppings on the thin and crispy.
What would you do if you were your sauce option for the, if we go down the jalapeno and bacon trail, would you go pizza sauce or would you spice it up with one of the other options?
So from a sauce standpoint, we got the Screamin' Secret Recipe tomato sauce, marinara, pesto, ranch, buffalo, Alfredo, and rosa, which is marinara and Alfredo blend.
I think the Alfredo might be great on that.
Yeah, but that's not me. It's not a pizza.
Keep it classic?
I would keep it more classic. Maybe you could do the rosa, which is the blend. Or I might do the marinara. No, I would probably do the Screamin' Secret tomato sauce with that one.
I'm going to wipe you clean.
Yours is just like a basic pizza, right?
You don't know what mine is.
It is basic.
I mean,
Josh, stop.
I can go and find it right now.
I've made some adjustments in my email that I sent privately.
If I was
really,
and now I'm not making a pizza here, but if I would start with the buffalo sauce, that would be my anchor, and then I'd try and build something off of that. I love a specialty pizza, especially.
You're a big specialty pizza guy. Yeah. We're trying to win the masses over here, Josh.
Yeah, true. You don't want to eliminate the people who can't handle the hot.
I am looking for a niche.
You are. You want to be a niche star. I want to be your Billboard charts. You know, like I want to move some pies.
Taylor Swift. Is Alfredo honey jalapeno?
Didn't say Alfredo. Jalapeno bacon on a thin and crispy. If you do it right, absolutely. Get a little. I like the honey drizzle on there. Keep it classy.
Do it.
The Scalzo. We'll see if we can make it happen. I'll keep taking requests as well. 800-990-ESPN. 800-990-3776. Teddy from Watertown says chicken al Scalzo, Alfredo, chicken, bacon, tomato. Andy from Sunny P. He says Greg's pizza toppings, double mushroom because he's such a fun guy. Ben's pizza toppings, 2 times mozzarella and pineapple because he's so cheesy and people either love him or hate him.
I don't know how I feel about this.
He's on theme.
Ron of the Key and Brust We Trust. Could there be a more wrong statement for a guy who famously claimed his promises aren't worth the crap? More like for Greg, we beg. Ooh.
For Greg, we beg? Disgusting.
608 just says second all time in threes meet.
What the hell?
Third all time in threes. Fourth?
We've been through this. Don't do this.
You're fourth now?
Trice, Davison, Koenig.
You're not even meddling? Oh, buddy, I want to give you this win now. I want to give you this win now. Chef Ed says, think outside the box. How about a German-style pizza with bratwurst, sauerkraut, and shredded Swiss cheese?
You can cook that up at your place, Chef Ed.
Justin and Racine says, for Ben, what pizza toppings trigger the IBS?
Everything. Everything triggers my IBS.
Ben, you should see if you could get some, what's that Lactaid? Just with your pizza. Just have them stick it in the pack.
I could put some Tums sprinkled on top.
We will be out at Palermo's on Wednesday. I'll keep taking submissions. I'm going to put together a few different options. Maybe we poll it in the second hour here, Joshy. Figure out what the people will like. As I said, I'm here for the people.
Oh, gosh. This is just an insufferable campaign right now. You sound like a politician. I just want them to know when I hope you can hear.
You're a dictator.
Like
you're saying I am going to give you what you want, and you're gonna like it, and you still won't even tell us what it is. We know you haven't given us a second email. Just tell us what the base is that you're starting with. It's a mix between marinara and barbecue.
No, the secret tomato recipe sauce and barbecue. We're gonna mix that together. I tried it when I went to one of those create your own pizza places. Everyone loved it.
What else is on there?
That's all I can give you.
I'm just going to read it next segment.
Who are you hiding this from?
Your judgments.
You just don't
your
want
judgments.
You
I
just
don't
want
trust
to
you
bully
guys.
you.
I don't. Whatever. Look, I could have created the Mozart of painting or the
pizza.
Exactly. Whoever the best painter is, I could have put together the best pizza, and you guys still would have crapped on it.
What happened is you told us once, and we didn't like it, and now you're gun shy.
You're crying, right? Nobody likes a whiner, Ben.
Oh, gosh. I'm not whining. I'm just excited.
No one has ever been more whiny than you're being right now. I'll tell you what I'm excited for. The AmFam Championship. AmFam Championship week is here. Watch PGA Tour champions, including tournament host Wisconsin native Steve Stricker, at the American Family Insurance Championship when it returns to U Ridge Golf Course in Madison Friday, June 9th. That's this Friday through Sunday, June 11th. AmFam Champ Week also including a concert on Friday night featuring Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line. That, again, Friday night at Bree Stevens. Proceeds all week long are going to go to support the Steve Stricker American Family Foundation and the AmFam Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com. That's amfamchampionship.com. You're going to get to see, the best there is. You're going to get to see the Freddie Couples out there, the Jerry Kellys, the Bernard Langers, the who else do we got, Benny? We're supposed to riff here. This is when we go back and forth.
VJ Singh.
Ernie Els.
Oh, yeah, baby. Jerry Kelly, Steve Stricker.
I already used those ones. You were on your phone already at that point. Plus, on Saturday, you get the amazing Derek Jeter and Michael Phelps and the Celebrity Foursome. Get your tickets, amfamchampionship.com.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
We were texting last night, by the way, me and Homer, because I watched The Greatest Showman. And he loves The Greatest Showman, and we're going to watch it together one day, I promise.
It was a good distraction. I'm glad we did that.
Yeah, that was probably the least meaningful thing that may have ever been said on this show.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
The only diamond more valuable than colorless
is the diamond that is colorful. Pink, yellow, and blue.
In 2016, Christie's auction house sold a 14-karat blue diamond for $56 million.
That's $4 million a carat.
In 2022, Sotheby's auction house sold an 11-karat pink diamond for $57 million.
That's more than $5 million a carat.
These diamonds were born when the Earth was born.
They come from the heart of the Earth.
But now there are also pink, yellow, and blue diamonds that were born when you were falling in love.
These created diamonds come from the fiery heart of a miniature sun blazing inside a plasma chamber.
Hot, hot, hot.
Pink, yellow, and blue.
Your colorful 1-carat wonder awaits you for $12,000 or less.
Your colorful 3/4 carat miracle awaits you for $8,000 or less.
Get them while you can.
Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Yeah, they're football guys, but they don't shy away from the big topics of the day.
We won a championship, and my dad brought me 8 chips to eat on the drive because he wouldn't stop for a snack.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of truth in that. Just imagine if we lost. He wouldn't even gotten those chips.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
RJ Schinner has several Toshiba copier printers from James Imaging Systems. IT manager Gabe Colasari.
The reason why for James Imaging is their responsiveness, dedication, knowledge of the product, and they always make sure that the customer is taken care of.
The kind of customer service you'd expect from a 100% Wisconsin-owned and managed office technology company like James Imaging Systems.
We actually have a high-end printing machine on site, so we produce our own catalogs, so we need the support to handle that.
James Imaging Systems. Better document imaging technology, better service.
When we've got a problem, we're able to call in and get it rectified or corrected without any issues.
Gabe, any advice to other local businesses?
Contact James. I mean, they'll take care of you.
James Imaging Systems. Reliable document imaging technology, extraordinary local service. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local office technology partner.
Experience the rebirth of an American treasure in Oconomowoc. The club at Lac La Belle is open. The redesigned course is one of Wisconsin's finest tracks at the heart of the Wisconsin Golf Trail. Named Best New Wisconsin Course in 2021 by Golf Digest. The club at Lac La Belle is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at club@laclabelle.com. See what everyone is talking about. The club at Lac La Belle is a place to experience over and over again. Go to club@laclabelle.com to start your journey.
Even when you think you know what's going on,
Can you make a good horse sound?
you can never be too sure.
So the answer is no.
Packers, nonsense, chaos.
Also, when you were kids, you used to learn how to do the thing. I'm going to put the microphone down by my lap here. It's not inappropriate. It's just what I have to do. Where you learn this thing, right?
What in the world are you doing?
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. Show your Brewers pride everywhere you go with Brewers Checking, only from Associated Bank. Score exclusive perks like a one-of-a-kind Brewers Debit MasterCard, 10% off at the team store, even express check-in at the Associated Bank gate. And if you want a VIP game day, the Associated Bank Power Alley is for everyone. Contact the Brewers ticket office to learn how you could treat your crew to a full buffet and private bar overlooking left center field. Brewers Checking. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Brewers today. Member FDIC.
It's Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Almost all grown up like we said we'd be. I love you till you hate me. And I'm back at 17. Watching you.
Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. Oh, baby, after a nice bite of the Scalzone, a sip of Michelob Ultra. Woo!
In Brust we crust.
Life is going to be good.
It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Is that actually going to be your pizza
yeah.
name? In Brust we crust? Ugh.
Oh, yeah. Don't ugh me.
No, it's fine.
In Brust we crust.
A little wordy.
Little wordy, little cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay,
like maybe that's it. You have to go extra. You have to go extra cheese on your pizza if you're gonna have it in Brust we crust. Like I could see you on the box, picture your face like looking up like you're a political candidate in Brust we crust. It'll be the cheesiest pizza you can have.
Why are you knocking me down?
I'm not knocking you down. I mean, I'm trying to play into it. I'm building you up.
Your tone is knocked downish though.
You should ask for more cheese than the Bessie's Revenge, just to set the tone.
You're doing the same thing.
Well, we'll see, because there's going to be an all-new Ben Brust, I think, by tomorrow afternoon. He is ditching Josh's girlfriend as his barber, as his the person who cuts his hair.
I would say she's my hairdresser.
Hairdresser. Sure.
Important. Thank you for clarifying.
And you are going to be joining Tori Lowe tomorrow to the barbershop he wants to take you to. I don't know the name of it, so you're going to have to remind us.
Mr. G's. Or no, G's Clippers.
G's Clippers. You're going to G's Clippers tomorrow. And a big thought is that you're going to end up having your widow's peak lined up.
Yes.
As Tori Lowe calls it, the Eddie Munster.
Yeah, overall, that is my biggest concern right now. Because this is my identity, right? Like, my identity is having the hair with the widow's peak. If they line up...
That's how much you tie your identity to your hair?
No, I mean, just like when... There's only been one time the widow's peak has been cut. And it was one time on the road in college. One of our assistant coaches cut the hair, and he lined me up. I was like, what are you doing? You chopped off my widow's peak. And I felt like I was like naked. It's like when you forget to, bring your phone with you.
Do you think you're going to be touching it a lot?
I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let them do their thing. I'm going to let them make me look good. But I'm a little nervous because, like, will it grow back if they take it out?
Yeah, I hope it would. It's hair, so they normally cut your hair and it grows again, right? It hasn't stopped growing.
Again, Greg, I'm just a little nervous.
Of course, the answer is yes.
You don't need to yell at me. You're not the one getting your hair cut, even though you need it more than me.
Are you prepared for the experience tomorrow?
Yeah.
Kyle Wallace, co-host of Sunday Karma on Sunday morning, said that normally at a G's Clippers or a black barbershop, you're waiting an hour or so from the time you get there.
No, T-Lo said they got me in the chair at 10 o'clock.
Do you think that what's going to happen if that's not the case?
I got to make sure I'm back for my 11:30 meeting.
Okay. All right. So you're already dictating how things are going to go with this experience.
Tori's dictating.
Okay.
I trust Tori. Kyle Wallace, he got me a little freaked out because he started touching my head and how high the hairline is.
Well, if it's going to be truly lined up, it's going to be really high up on your head. I said it before. You're going to have a
forehead.
You're going to have a Stephen A. Smith type of hairline.
I hope they Jalen Rose him. Was it no Drew Gooden?
Drew Gooden, where it's like yes.
They paint on.
No, that was Carlos Boozer.
Oh, that's Carlos Boozer.
They're not going to take off. I have hair.
Yeah, no, I want them to keep your hairline a little bit, but then just paint on the rest of it.
Do I get like a cool stripe in my head?
Yes.
Something like, I don't know, sick that makes me look cool?
Yeah, I mean, look, you want to be sexier, right? You got absolutely destroyed. It was nearly unanimous that Matt Hamilton was sexier, a bigger sex icon in Wisconsin than you.
It's like 80-20.
And
he hasn't been to G's Clippers.
And Matt Hamilton, we told you, it's all about the style. So this is a chance for you to sort of redefine your style, who you want to be, what your identity is going to be moving forward. Post-Widow Peak bet. Maybe your pizza is going to even change by the time we get around to Wednesday.
The funny thing is if this doesn't work, then maybe I grow my hair out, right? Like I should just try things. I need to try more things in my life.
Oh, 1 second. Are you going to let them touch up the beard?
I think I'm going to shave that tonight.
I think you should let them figure it out.
Really?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But it's already uneven. I grow more.
They'll help it. Why wouldn't you
say do some magic?
When have you
ever leave my beard?
When have you ever started?
What if they give me like a goatee?
Yeah, you just gotta go with it.
This is just sit down on the chair and say, "This head from neck up is a blank canvas. Do as you please."
Mr. G, go to work.
Mr. G.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
It's not what Josh's girlfriend does.
She's not a barber. She's a hairdresser. You made that distinction perfectly clear before. 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. We'll open up the phone lines. We'll also hear what Keyshawn Johnson had to say about the Packers potentially winning the NFC North. Back in 2 minutes, it's Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Watch
watching for some delays along westbound 94 as you're leaving the Marquette interchange till you get to about Mitchell Boulevard. That's where it starts to open up a little bit for you. We got southbound 41 slowing down from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive, and then a little bit past North Avenue. Northbound side's tight from about Blue Mound up past Swan Boulevard. And then on northbound 43, we've got some pockets of heavy traffic basically from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way through the Capitol Drive construction zone. Traffic is brought to you by Evans Transportation in Brookfield, where they provide customized logistics solutions to keep you and your business moving forward. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, a slight chance of storms with a low of 60. And tomorrow, chance of showers early, then becoming mostly sunny, breezy, and refreshing, a high of 71. Weather is brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. Celebrate Father's Day at the NTT IndyCar Series, June 15th through the 18th. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get up, get out, get over here, go! It's the Grand Slam giveaway at Potawatomi. This June, play with your club card and you'll have 4 chances to hit big and slide into home with a share of the show-stopping $400,000 in cash and prizes. 50 winners each Thursday. Step up and knock your luck out of the park. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More info at paysbig.com/Grand Slam. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith here. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust.
Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue.
It's a party, baby.
This is Scalzo and Brust. Woo! Presented by Michelob Ultra.
It's a party, baby.
On 94.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
It's a party, baby. Woo! It's a party, baby.
Z and the D chimes in to the Scalzo and Brust talking text line 800-990-ESPN 800-990-3776 says, in Brust we don't trust with taking shots. FYI, a source told me Brust didn't even take the shot. I know it's old news, but I just wanted Scalzo and Joshy to know.
Hold on.
That's baloney.
Z and the D.
You passed it off, didn't
No,
you?
I didn't.
You dumped it.
No, I didn't.
Really?
I have 3 witnesses that were with me. I'm not going to get into this Ben's lying game.
I mean, you've kind of brought it on yourself.
How?
From lying. People are just...
The long history of lying.
From duping you all?
I don't know if we've ever been duped. Have we been fully duped on this show, Greg?
I don't think so. I can't think of a time where you really got one over on us.
No, you guys usually sniff it out by the end of 2 hours.
Cam from the Heights wants you to do a pizza roll and type and call them Brustables.
Not an option, but I like his thoughts.
It's fair. Okay. Ben already sent it in. He's doing a original crust with a mix between the Screamin' Sicilian Private and the barbecue sauce. And for toppings, he's doing sausage and chicken. And you're doing both chicken sausage and regular sausage.
Not chicken sausage. Chicken pieces.
Chicken pieces.
With Italian sausage.
With Italian sausage.
Yep, we're going to get some onions and mushrooms mixed in there.
Yep.
As well as some peppers.
There you go. And that's Benny's.
Nice oregano, It's gonna be amazing.
A little busy.
A little busy, a little basic, but like it's Benny. I love it.
Basic Benny.
Keyshawn Johnson, host of KJ and M, Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Mornings.
Is it KJ and M or is it just KJM?
KJM. But it's Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, isn't it?
Yes, but when you did KJ and M, it was weird because it's just KJM when they just do that.
Every time.
I had to do it because it's just
You
crazy.
didn't have to do it.
I had to because you continuously can't get the show right.
No one thought that but you.
KJ and M, KJM, Keyshawn, J. Will, Max. It was KJ Max. It was J. Will's. Like, come on. Everyone knows the show I'm talking about.
I don't know.
In the mornings on ESPN Radio, Keyshawn Johnson had this to say about the Packers potentially winning the NFC North.
Should the Packers just admit that they're rebuilding and take some pressure off of Jordan Love?
I think he needs to worry about protecting Jordan Love's blind side, number one, in Bakhtiari. But at the same time, they're not rebuilding. They're putting in a quarterback that they expect to be able to do some things. When you're rebuilding, that means you lost several players. And I understand Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Famer, and Aaron Rodgers is this, and Aaron Rodgers is that. But if they feel like this young man and Jordan Love can get them to where they want to be, sometimes it's addition by subtraction. And I know you guys don't want to say that because it's Aaron Rodgers. But what if Jordan Love does do some things that make you go, will we still be sitting here at the end of the year talking about they were rebuilding?
Are you predicting that?
I think he's going to I think they're going to win the division. That's what I think.
Is that real?
That's real.
Like, that can't be real.
That's a believer.
I appreciate the way he tried to go about that in saying they're not rebuilding, but one of their players on the team has made it very clear that they're rebuilding, which is interesting because there's now different people on the team saying different things. But all I have to say is Rodgers was 6-10 his first year as the starter. And Jordan Love can show flashes and them still not win the division. And it'd be a good thing for the Green Bay Packers. There is no way in hell the Green Bay Packers are winning the division with the young wide receivers and the young tight ends that they have. There is just no way. And a first-year quarterback that we just don't know anything about yet. Like, there's just no freaking way. If the Packers win the damn division, I will eat an entire bowl of my dog's dog food. I will eat Bruce's dog food if they win the freaking division. That's how far away. Whoever makes the odds in Vegas is wrong. The Packers should be plus 500, plus 600 to win the division. I know the division stinks, but the Packers are that far off of winning.
The Packers last year ended up 8-9. Mm-hmm. Their division indeed does stink. The Vikings, I think, are the favorite to win it, right? Then the Lions, and then Bears, Packers.
Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson.
Is Detroit the favorite right now?
I think Detroit's the better.
Odds on favorite. That's crazy. But all those teams are very close to one another. What kind of food does your dog eat?
It's a chicken formula.
Okay.
It's dry.
Have you ever tasted it?
I have not. I've never eaten dog food. But he seems to like it. Not that much. I have to put treats in there in order to get him to eat it.
I'll only accept this bet if Ben eats the whole bowl without using his hands. Has to go in face first.
I think that was a given.
It was not a given. Can I use his bowl that he uses?
I'd prefer it.
Because it's the same bowl that my dog growing up had, so it's a generational bowl.
Hand me down.
It's not a hand-me-down. It's in honoring my dog Maverick's memory.
It's a family heirloom.
It's a hand-me-down.
It's not a hand-me-down.
It got handed down.
We're honoring Maverick by giving Bruce that bowl, and now I get to use it. I mean, I hope I don't get to use it.
Look, I don't think I don't think it's I would eat a whole bowl of my dog's food crazy, because if Jordan Love is good and this team, the defense improves, which I understand why people would be reticent to believe that to be true when you have the same guy in Joe Barry leading the way and a deferential coach in Matt LaFleur that's going to seemingly continue to let him do what he does. But like the team in general, if they end up going 9-8 and this division is really bad, I'm not like going to be totally blown away.
I don't know why I'm continuing to think what I would look like eating out of a dog bowl. But that's where I am. But
I mean, 10-7 is a stretch, but I still think it's possible. They have a bad schedule, Benny.
Yeah.
If they start out...
Dude, we went through the schedule together. You had them at 6 wins. I had them at 5. So now all of a sudden you think 10's achievable? Yes, early on the
Yes,
schedule.
I think there's a range. We don't know we don't know what the quarterback is. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is that I'm probably believing it's going to be closer to that lower end, but I'm still willing to admit that there's a lot of possibility that this team can overachieve if Jordan Love can do some things.
Oh man. I mean, Justin Fields is a giant. Jared Goff's a giant. Kirk Cousins is a giant. I don't think the Packers have it in them. And I'm starting to go a little queasy thinking about eating this food. Am I able?
Oh God, imagine the tummy issues, Joshy.
Am I able to have like water?
I mean, yes, but once again, no hands.
You have to drink it like
a bowl of water.
I think that's a very fair compromise. Yes. We're not going to make you eat it dry, but
I mean, only thing I was gonna say is most of the time dogs have water next to their food bowl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll give you the same setup.
Can I get the little mat underneath the bowls that my dog has too?
Greg, does he have to eat it off the floor? The bowls have to be on the floor?
No, he's got a lift.
Okay, you can eat off the left.
I'm not going on the floor. I'm eating it. Can I show you how I would eat it?
You know what, Joshy, from a camera standpoint, it'll be better if Ben just does it like this right here. Yep. I feel like you think it's going to be better than it is based on your facial expression, the smile on your face.
Do it one more time, please, real quick.
All right.
You can watch us on the stream right now on YouTube or
I guess I
on
could
Twitter
suck
at
the water
Scalzo and Brust.
Like a dog.
That is true. Dogs have a unique tongue, actually, where they
can
scoop. Yes.
I don't have that kind of. I can't like tie cherries.
Give it a shot.
Scoop the water.
Halsey chimes in and says Bruce seems to like it, quoting Ben. Bruce also likes to lick his own privates. So,
look, if I could lick my own private, I would too. Would you?
Josh and Heartland, not the official unofficial voice coach of the Scalzo and Brust family. Quite frankly, no, I wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah,
Come on.
I don't think that I would.
Come on, Joshy.
No.
Come on, you guys are lame.
Josh and Heartland, somebody on the text line called Aaron Rodgers a narcissist earlier, but I don't know if there's anything more narcissistic. Like, yeah, I would just start licking myself.
Not lick myself. I mean, like, yeah, lick. You're telling me if you couldn't give yourself my initials, you wouldn't do it?
No, I wouldn't.
You guys are stupid.
I don't think I would.
You guys are dumb.
All right. Josh says, if I were Ben, I'd be much more worried about what it'll taste like rather than what I'd look like eating it.
Yeah, I'm just like, I know I'm not going to have to eat it. The Packers aren't winning the division. Good luck, everybody. Good luck.
So, like, I don't want you to talk about that team, but, like, are you just going to go and bet another team to win? If you're convinced that the Packers aren't going to win the division, like, who are you willing to put your money on?
Not the Bears. I mean, I would still do the Vikings.
Okay.
Just because of Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson. It's that simple. They'll put up more points, those two together, than the Packers might the whole season.
Benny might need to enjoy some BioSpectrum hemp before, after, during, all of the above.
Maybe I can have a dog CBD treat afterwards that I give Bruce.
I do think, Josh, I'm guessing you'd be okay with it. We'll allow Ben to put some dog treats in the dog food if he so chooses.
I'll pass on that. Thank you.
It's up to you.
I appreciate the offer. I'll stick with the dry food.
Well, if that's what you need for Brucey, then I didn't know.
Maybe a bacon strip or something in there.
Well, the good news is I'm in prime basketball season right now. Mondays and Wednesdays we got hoops, and I'm getting a little bit older, which is good because the topical relief that you can get from BioSpectrum Hemp is amazing for the recovery. It's industry leading, and like when you have that joint pain, use BioSpectrum Hemp. Go to biospectrumhemp.com. It's trusted by former Wisconsin athletes. You don't have to even group me in there. Like there's like real professional athletes that love BioSpectrum Hemp. I just am a fake athlete now in my life where I get to use BioSpectrum Hemp, whether it's the Buzz and Berries gummies that I love. The topical relief is going to be big for me. Brust30 is the checkout code at biospectrumhemp.com to get 30% off. That's Brust30, biospectrumhemp.com for 30% off.
Ben Brust committing to eating dog food out of the dog bowl if the Packers win the division. If I'm a Packers fan, I could not be happier than I am right now.
Oh my gosh,
the
I'm a
reverse
jinx.
jinx that you just put on this Packers team is unbelievable. We'll hear what Romeo Dobbs said about what needs to happen in order for this Packers team to win the division. Plus, I guess I could tell the story about the greatest prank I ever pulled, which was selling dog treats to people and watching them eat them in front of me.
What?
Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
I got a knocking in my knees and a wobble in my walk, and I'm trembling.
Weird song choice?
Yeah, a little. This isn't a normal jump perplex right now, Josh. Did you hit the random?
Sorry.
Josh, mute yourself.
I just
what are
wanted,
you doing back
I just
there?
wanted to tell you guys that I got a little bit of a sneeze to happen there because it sounded weird. I started to talk and I stopped. It's a dramatic effect. Ever heard of it? We're entertainers.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Delays continue along eastbound 94. We do have an accident. It is at Hawley Road, and that's backing things up into the zoo. The westbound side slowing down from the Marquette through the stadium interchange to that point as well, as folks are slowing down to take a look. 894 westbound delays right out of the 27th Street area all the way past Forest Home. And then we got eastbound slowing down as well out of the Hale interchange past Forest Home as well. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy, slight chance of showers or storms, a low of 60. And tomorrow, chance of showers early, then becoming mostly sunny, breezy, and refreshing, a high of 71. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Imagine this. It's 1968, and the mayor of Milwaukee says nope to Summerfest. How many bands would you have never seen, and how many lakeside selfies just wouldn't exist? There'd be no memories of riding the Sky Glider at sunset, and you'd never know the feeling of hitting all 12 stages before seeing your favorite band. Thankfully, 55 years ago, Summerfest was a yes, and every year since has been one to remember. Don't miss Milwaukee Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance. Find tickets, lineup, and more at summerfest.com.
Even when you think you know what's going on,
Can you make a good horse sound?
you can never be too sure.
So the answer is no.
Packers, nonsense, chaos.
Also, when you were kids, you used to learn how to do the thing. I'm going to put the microphone down by my lap here. It's not inappropriate. It's just what I have to do. Where you learn this thing, right?
What in the world are you doing?
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, morning 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's, flavor is our family's business.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America. Make the most out of your summer at Elkhart Lakes Road America. June is jam-packed with nonstop racing action. Don't miss a minute of the fun. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under. Celebrate Father's Day at the NTT IndyCar Series Soncio Grand Prix, presented by AMR Weekend, June 15th through the 18th. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Road America, America's National Park of Speed.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth is excited to be back celebrating the 52nd annual Juneteenth celebration in Milwaukee. Make sure you come down on Monday, June 19th, as we will be broadcasting live from the Juneteenth celebration from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop by our table to play games, win Truth swag, and say what up to your favorite Truth teammates. The 1017 The Truth celebration of Juneteenth is sponsored by Educators Credit Union, Tayback Law, Molson Coors, and Associated Bank.
Hey, this is Bo stepping in for Ridgetop Larry. Ridgetop Exteriors is Wisconsin's #1 choice for roofing, siding, windows, and doors. We are the trusted local experts who live and work in the areas we serve, which means we're helping friends and neighbors too. On top of that, Ridgetop Exteriors offers the most affordable payment options, including no interest and low interest financing. For your free estimate, visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
While I'm here and I'm starting to lose my mind. Was that peace sign made for madness? Should she be on mine? Roll my stone like a drug and make it last.
Scalzo and Brust presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Ben Brust committing himself to eating dog food from the dog bowl right here in the studio. No hands. If the Packers win the NFC North this season.
Is there a way to poll like the percent chance the fans think this actually happens? You want to do some sort of range there, Josh?
Wouldn't we just ask, do you think the Packers will win the division and force Ben Brust to eat dog food? Wouldn't that be the way to do it?
I like percentages.
The
percentage will be in the pool.
You do that, Josh.
Oh, you wanted to do what are the percent chances that the Packers win the division?
Yeah, and force me to eat food. 0 to 25, 25, 50, like that sort of thing. But you do you.
Greg, what do you think?
I think that I feel better about the Packers season than at any point leading up to it. Like, this is the best I felt about them since the Aaron Rodgers saga really began this offseason.
Did the Packers season start today?
It might have. This might be the best thing to happen to them all year, actually. Because it is. It's the Detroit Lions fall backwards, which means they go from 8 wins to 7 wins. And Kirk Cousins tears an ACL, or
let's stop putting that in the universe now.
You know, Justin Fields and that Bears team only wins 7, and next thing you know, Packers are 9-8 on a soft schedule, a run-heavy team.
The NFC is really
with
weak.
a quarterback who just doesn't
It's not make
turn
the
the ball
playoffs,
over.
It's win the division. It's win the division.
I contend though, like they might be in a division where if they don't win the division, they don't make the playoffs.
Right.
As was the case last season for the NFC North.
I'm going to place as many bets on the Packers making the playoffs, winning their division as humanly possible.
You believe in me that much in the other way?
I've spent enough time behind this glass knowing how much this actually matters.
Bears, Falcons, Saints, Lions, Raiders as the first 5 games of the season.
Desmond Ritter's really good.
I mean, you're talking about a possible 3-1 start there. Hit the bye. I don't want to do the whole schedule here, but like Raiders, Broncos, Vikings, Rams, like gets a little bit tougher there. But you're playing a Buccaneers team later in the season that's quarterbacked by Baker Mayfield.
Maybe. I just saw their quarterback controversy. Him and Trask can't throw the ball to anybody.
So it's definitely possible. Now, let me give you the good news, is that I've watched people eat dog treats before, and some people didn't mind it.
Dog treats or dog food?
These were dog treats, but they were like the almost like this was 24 years ago. I was 10 years old. Me and my friend Ryan Harrison, who was in the Boy Scouts. Who were in the Boy Scouts. He had an extra Boy Scout uniform that I put on. We printed up a fake form, and we walked around with his neighborhood with a bag of salty dog treats that were flat and looked like cookies. And we walked around this neighborhood, and we were saying, "Hey, we're selling Boy Scout cookies. It's a new thing." And we didn't take money like at the point, because we weren't trying to like scam people out of money. It was more that we wanted them to try the dog treat. So like people would be like, "Oh yeah, sign me up for a box," and it'd be like, "Oh no, well like first you actually have to try. You got to try the dog. You have to try the cookie." And so we had done it, and like I would say the first 3-4 people were either A, supremely polite, or B, were actually didn't mind the taste. And then we got to somebody who just started like spitting it out immediately, and they were like, "I think you gave me a bad cookie." Like, I'm guessing this isn't what they all are. And we're holding our laughter in.
How did you not laugh? That's what I was going to say.
I mean, because we did scams. We did like pranks like this all the time.
Hold on. Were you pranking total strangers?
Total strangers in a neighborhood.
Not close to your neighborhood. I'm guessing you guys.
Ryan Harrison's neighborhood. Yes, the neighborhood that we generally tormented for most of our childhood. Adults, until we got to a house, we gave the sample.
Don't say the elderly.
We gave the sample to somebody, and she closed the door, and we're like, damn, And all of a sudden, a police officer rolls up on us, 20 minutes later, and the woman had apparently given the cookie to her daughter, a kid, and the kid ate the dog treat, and then the mom tried it. It was like, what did these kids just give us? And then we talked to the police officers. We explained to him the prank, and he was like, what do you just go home? Like, you can't do that. We obviously
You almost got arrested at 10?
We knew Officer O'Brien pretty well. We did a lot of the ding-dong ditch, the pool hopping. At one point, we just stopped doing the ding-dong ditch, and we would take a bunch of tennis balls and just rain havoc on a house.
With the tennis racket?
No.
Just throw them?
Just throw them.
What,
There'd be
windows?
like
Just
10
a
of us.
doing?
No, like we didn't want to break anything. We would do it, and then we would hide behind bushes, and then you do it to the same house over and over again until you got some angry guy to come out, start yelling.
Such a jerk. This all makes sense now.
Oh, man. Yeah. We had a good time.
Officer O'Brien.
Who would you consider...
Would he remember you?
Officer O'Brien surely would remember me.
Who would you consider the mastermind of the dog treat?
Dog treat was that wasn't me. You could tell that it was way too complex from the start. It wasn't sustainable ultimately.
Yeah. It
wasn't?
That's what's interesting to me is you guys showed your faces, handed them dog treats, and we're like, all right, see ya.
Well, we'd watch them eat it at first. Like the whole goal was, do you think like people would enjoy it?
Did anyone request a box?
Yeah, we didn't take any money, but we definitely filled out order forms for a lot of people.
Put it in mass production.
I wish I still had an order form. That would be a great souvenir to have. Yeah, we did the poop bag on fire thing, and it never worked out as well as you thought it would.
Did you learn it from? Did you learn it from Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison, or was that a thing before the movie?
Say it again.
Did you learn that from Billy Madison?
Yeah, I mean Billy Madison came out when I was like 6 or 7 years old. Yeah, we would do that, and then at one point I got.
Should you ever consider it could have lit on fire and lit a house on fire?
No, they were never that big of fires. And the best was when I perfected the wave. So all of a sudden, because you would have the cops come eventually when you had the ding dong ditch stuff. And everybody would just disperse into the woods, right? If you had a pack of 8 or 10 kids. And then me and usually one other, but I would always like to do the wave where it's just you're just walking down the sidewalk and the cop kind of rolls up and they kind of looking at you and you just give them a wave. And 90% of the time they just keep on rolling because you're not running. And you're like, and then if they pull over, you're like, oh yeah, I'm walking to my friends and just, have you seen a bunch of kids going around? Yeah, I saw some kids running around back there.
Snitch!
No, you wouldn't tell on him. You'd send him in the other direction.
Oh,
you just point.
Good man. Bad man. Bad boy.
The flaming dog, flaming bag of dog poop. We've had work. I had work multiple times, and it got real frisky when you put fireworks inside of it.
Exploding poop.
That's bad, Joshy.
You guys are bad. I can't believe I'm associated with you guys. You guys say that probably every day with me.
Occasionally, yes. No, never. I would never say that. Hillsy says, forget 30-year-old Scalzo brain and a 6-year-old body. I want to see the havoc a 10-year-old Scalzo brain and a 30-year-old body creates. It would be ugly.
It'd be chaos.
It would be ugly, and it would indeed be chaos. Especially if I was pounding Water Joe's, get myself all razzed up.
A 10-year-old Greg on Water Joe would be no bueno for the world. But it's great when you have the healthy, clean energy and a clear mind like I do today. I mean, look, Water Joe is amazing because you get the clean, healthy water with the caffeine in it. And there's no off taste. It's just getting your nice soda or Monster or energy drink, whatever you do. And you're like, wait, I look at that label, I'm like, what am I doing? Well, you don't have to do that anymore. You can just get Water Joe because you get clean, healthy energy with the water and caffeine together. Water Joe fuels me. I got a basketball game today, working out in the morning tomorrow. I'm going to need it when I wake up. Again, summer's busy. Carry Water Joe or pick it up at any of your favorite retailers.
1-0 coming up next on Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Ben, being that guy, creates good radio. You get where I'm going, right, Ron? Like, you understand that him being a derelict and a degenerate and, like, never being held responsible for anything in his life and just walking through it like a golden retriever peeing on everything while people pat him on the head, like, that's actually a good thing for the show. Scalzo
and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Eastbound on 94, we got this accident at Holy Road still being worked on off on the right shoulder, slowing down right out of the zoo interchange past that point. 14 minutes to get from the zoo into downtown. On the westbound side, it's going to be slow right out of the Marquette all the way to that accident scene. 12 minutes to get from downtown to the zoo. And then northbound on 43, hitting the brakes from before Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up to Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit jamesimaging.com. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Partly cloudy, slight chance of showers or storms, a low of 60. Then tomorrow, chance of showers early, becoming mostly sunny, breezy, and refreshing, a high of 71. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
I got to eat crow, and I'm going to own it like a man, Max. Damn it, I'm going to own it like a man. I said sweep, and sweep's not going to happen. Stop the car, put it in reverse key, beep, beep, beep. That is me today, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, these dudes shot 50% from the three-point line and 50% from the field, pretty much. Damn.
It's not like they haven't done that consistently throughout these playoffs. They have.
You just didn't see it. I understand, Jay. See, that's why I said they're going to play four games. At least 4 games.
So you didn't get caught with that trap of the word sweep.
Nope.
You're smart.
Yeah, I would have played it differently than you're playing it right now.
Well, because I don't think it's going to be a gentleman's sweep either. That's why I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to lean into that one.
Yeah, but then you cross that bridge when you get to it. But right now, I would just say, I said gentleman's sweep. I am a gentleman, obviously, and so I mean gentleman's sweep.
Yeah, but then that bridge is going to be crossed on Wednesday, and I don't feel confident with the way these dudes are defending.
Meet Joe A, Joe B, and Joe C.
What's up?
3 everyday Joes perfecting their banking with Chase. Joe A is locking his lost debit card with the Chase mobile app. Joe B is cruising toward his new ride with AutoSave. And Joe C's Chase banker is helping him budget to go back to school. Tools that help protect, support for what's next. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
Jordan Love has been extended.
Speed, and he will score. Love to Watson.
Are they ready for him to be the guy? Get ready for the Love era in Green Bay right here.
If this is Aaron Rodgers and he's perfectly healthy, you're going, they can still win this thing. Now you just need to have that same feeling going for Jordan Love.
On 94.5 ESPN and streaming live every day on WisconsinOnDemand.com, Twitter, and YouTube.
But he has been perfect on everyone so far.
It's Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Michelob Ultra, Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, Josh DiMaggio. I said it before, but I can't wait to continue to work with Joe Franco and the team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. They were out of my house a week ago. Did the measurements, had everything going on, gave me a million options for everything because at Pella Windows and Doors, not only to get the best quality, not only to get the best service, not only to get the best deals, but they're like your own personal barista for windows and doors. Their design options at Pella are virtually limitless, even more customized than your coffee. Their wood windows and patio doors can be painted, stained, or left bare to complement your unique home decor, and they stand the test of time. It's why Pella confidently offers the best wood warranty in the industry. So bundle and save when you customize your order by August 31st. Again, August 31st, bundle and save at PellaWI.com/radio. That's PellaWI.com/radio, or stop by their beautiful showroom in Brookfield or on the Beltline in Madison. Joshua, let's hit some 1 or zeros.
Are you a 1 or a 0? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Are you a yes or a no?
There's no such thing as a gray area. Life is binary. It's just a 1 or a 0.
Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, your contestants for 1 or 0. Josh DiMaggio, your host. He asks us a question. We say 1 for yes, 0 for no. There is no gray area. Josh, you take it away. I feel like I should say participants, by the way. I said contestants, but we don't actually compete. There's no winner. There's no loser. It's not a contest.
Yeah, you can change that up.
Thanks.
Mark Zuckerberg's comm teams and jiu-jitsu coach have come forward to deny that he was recently choked unconscious during a match, and the referee mistook Zuckerberg's effortful grunting for snoring of somebody who was choked out. 1 or 0. Even if you don't get choked out, you can't say you were choked out.
I mean, don't get into this if you're going to take an L like this. If you don't want it this bad on your resume and you know that's an opportunity of what could happen, then don't get in the mix.
I mean, I just would own it. If you get knocked out in the ring, that's actually kind of badass. Hey, yeah, somebody choked me out in the ring. I might be one of the richest people in the world, but I'm still willing to go and compete, and I lost. I actually think that's better than a public, basically a public statement and campaign being it was effortful grunting. He thought it was now everyone is paying. I hadn't heard about this story until I heard about the cover up. And it's the case with most things, the cover up is far worse than the crime. And it gets most of the attention, where if he didn't say anything, there'd be a small pocket full of people who thought that he got choked out in jiu-jitsu. And if anyone ever asked me if I were Zuck, I would just be yeah. Do you do it?
Right, because the idea...
Do you want to jiu-jitsu now?
The idea here is if he keeps competing, that he would therefore always win forever. If he keeps competing more and more, he's eventually going to tap out or get choked out. That's just going to happen.
Correct. Otherwise, he wouldn't actually be competing.
Right.
Otherwise, it would
Steven
feel
Seagal when he does.
It would feel like a fantasy for a very rich person, where they're all right, let's pretend now that Mark is doing a good job.
When Drake was playing basketball with all his friends, something like that. 1 or 0. You would like a comms team to correct the record for you.
We are Ben's comms team, are we not?
In a way, yes. But what do you guys set the record straight for me?
I would say we don't really set things in your favor, though.
That's what I'm saying. You guys are a bad comms team. I need a new comms team.
We set things straight. It's just we don't lie.
Yeah, I need a comms
but
team.
We help you set it straight before it eventually
spirals.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we did talk about earlier in the show. I haven't really pulled a fast one on you guys and got it by you guys for an entire 2 hours. Usually catch on. You guys sniff me out. It's a little weird.
Apple debuted its new Apple Vision Pro today that will retail for $3,500 and will allow users to watch movies, use their computers, take FaceTime calls, watch live sports while the room in front of you is still visible. 1 or 0. You will wear Apple ski goggles that are augmented in virtual reality.
I'm not going to buy it. Will I try it? If somebody has it, I'll try it, but I don't know. This is just getting out of control. I'm very proud of myself that I went from 8 hours to 5.5 hours of screen time because I deleted TikTok. So I think
that cut out 2.5 hours.
I had a problem, and I fixed it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, I don't know if it's a full correlation. I don't think it was 2.5 hours on TikTok, but like I would stay on my phone because of TikTok and then maybe take a break and come back. You know, it just wasn't a healthy relationship. And
here's the thing is I'd like to say 0, but I feel like at some point 1, like all of us are going to end up with these. Like it's the way that it's all
Apple?
going. Yeah, and like that, like ultimately, like virtual reality and augmented reality is a very. There are people who understand what is going to catch our attention next better than we do.
I don't like those people.
And I think those people are looking at this as a very real thing. I mean, at some point, you're already starting to see them. Would you not be surprised if you have like glasses that you could ultimately just like pull up?
I mean, Google Glasses tried that. It failed miserably because it had a big camera lens on it, and people didn't like the idea of being filmed.
Am I going to have like the abilities of Iron Man in a suit?
No.
No, this is just kind of, it puts a computer screen in front of your face.
Can't be good for your vision.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, like the $3,500 price point, like, is it going to come down to like iPhone prices?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. But
I mean, not for a while.
Hey, it's
That's
still
what I'm saying.
exorbitant.
What was the first iPhone cost?
It's actually cheaper.
Yeah, but
I'm sure
relative
it's cheaper,
to the
but
time.
Relative to the time.
Sure.
An unnamed U.S. intelligence official says the government has recorded intact, unidentified flying objects of, quote, non-human origin. I don't know if I was looking for recorded there, but they have them. They have non-human.
I think we got you.
Winner Zero, you believe the government has non-human UFOs?
Has them?
Has them?
Or
In
has
their
recorded
possession.
them? Oh, no, I'm a 0 here. I don't think we have anything in our possession, but I do think we've recorded things that we can't explain. Absolutely.
Do you believe they're non-human?
Probably. I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of stuff out there that we can't explain.
I mean,
I'm a 1.
There's a lot of things non-human out there. But you're just saying that are flying an object.
Yeah, something that would be able to fly.
Yeah, like there's a couple of koala bears up there, and they built a spaceship, and they're flying. It's non-human, Joshy.
Yeah, that was, yep.
Winner Zero, we should be told that the government has made contact with aliens.
I'm a 1 here. I'm a 1. What's the harm?
It's gone this long, you know? Are they just going to choose now in my lifetime to come mess everything up? I hope not.
How do you know they would mess everything up? How do you know that the aliens wouldn't make things better?
I don't.
Do you think Ben would be a friend of the aliens?
They would definitely want to study me.
All right, fair enough. After winning the Memorial Tournament on Sunday and $3.6 million, Victor Hovland was out caddying this morning for a former teammate of his from Oklahoma State. Winner Zero, it's okay to cancel on someone after winning $3.6 million.
1, if you're a Richard, like I am, I would totally cancel. I would pay somebody else to do it, and I'd also, throw my buddy a little bonus. Sorry, I can't do it.
Is he playing this weekend? Hovland?
I don't know if he's playing this weekend or not, but he bright and early he was out.
Yeah, I'm a 1. It's okay, but it's also okay if not. Like, this might be something he's looking forward to. Like, hey, I'm going to caddy for my buddy these 2 days. We're going to hang out, at whatever. Like, we're going to have a fun time. And, like, that might be what he's looking forward to. Now, I do think it's a Richard move of his buddy to not give him an out if he, in fact, didn't. It's very possible. But you text him and say, hey, dude, congrats. No need to come down here. Caddy for me these next couple days. Love you. I'll find somebody else. That's the nice.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah,
right?
No one asked for specific details. They're kind of just filming him out there. I would imagine his buddy did that. Now, in that situation, if you won $3.6 million in the Memorial, would your butt be up there bright and early for tea time with your buddy?
So that's the thing.
Yeah, maybe.
It was his first PGA win, right? Like, I'm sure he's got millions of dollars based off,
I don't know enough about Hovland.
He's good. He's got endorsement deals. He's up and coming. Like, he's young. He's a stud. I had $3.6 million. $3.6 million. I want to celebrate that one a little bit before going to the golf course.
The night I'd have of $3.6 million.
It wouldn't be one night, Josh.
Right, correct.
That'd be a 36-hour, Josh.
I'd have to take the next tournament off because I'd miss Thursday's tea time.
That's why we love you.
It is why we love you indeed. 800-990-3776, 800-990-ESPN, how you can get into the show. Romeo Dobbs not only said that Aaron Rodgers was barely speaking with him last year, but he also equated Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love before Jordan Love has ever really started in the NFL.
Also, quick pat on the back for us during that entire segment. No one would know that we spilled water.
Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Get the image out of a full movie theater watching Josh's sex tape.
You guys would be there.
Go, baby, go. I'd be, Joshy, I'd be cheering my ass off for you.
You good?
Yeah. No.
Painting pictures. It's Picasso.
I would be right there next to you, Ben, like right next to you in the seat. Our legs would be touching, and I would push for it to be nominated for short film of the year.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
RJ Schinner has several Toshiba copier printers from James Imaging Systems. IT manager Gabe Colasari.
The reason why for James Imaging is their responsiveness, dedication, knowledge of the product, and they always make sure that the customer is taken care of.
The kind of customer service you'd expect from a 100% Wisconsin-owned and managed office technology company like James Imaging Systems.
We actually have a high-end printing machine on site, so we produce our own catalogs, so we need the support to handle that.
James Imaging Systems, better document imaging technology, better service.
When we got a problem, we're able to call in and get it rectified or corrected without any issues.
Gabe, any advice to other local businesses?
Contact James. They'll take care of you.
James Imaging Systems, reliable document imaging technology, extraordinary local service. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local office technology partner.
They talk about everything, but sports always comes first.
Everything I do in discussing this with Giannis, the most important part is getting the best possible chance that he signs an extension.
Correct.
The coach is like about as important as the plumber compared to an extension with Giannis.
And the bottom line is if Giannis is on board, the rest of the team's on board.
Right. And so if the coach fails and Giannis picked him, Giannis can't blame the Bucks for that.
Correct.
It's on you, buddy.
Spend your afternoons with Homer and Tony, weekdays 2 to 4 on 94.5 ESPN.
Get up, get out, get over here, go! It's the Grand Slam giveaway at Potawatomi. This June, play with your club card and you'll have 4 chances to hit big and slide into home with a share of the show-stopping $400,000 in cash and prizes. 50 winners each Thursday. Step up and knock your luck out of the park. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More info at paysbig.com/Grand Slam. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
Join former NBA stars and Marquette basketball alumni Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener as they return to Milwaukee this summer for Wade vs. Diener Champions for Literacy. Golf alongside the stars at the Bog in Saukville on July 24th. A day full of food, fun, events, and good golf, all while funding local youth literacy projects. If golf isn't for you, check out the Tee-Off Tailgate Party the night before. Learn more about Wade vs. Diener Champions for Literacy at wadevsdiener.givesmart.com.
Are you ready to be treated like a VIP? Drop the third-party apps and download the Cousins Club app for true VIP status. Then order your favorite subs and sides directly on the Cousins Club app to reap the rewards. You'll get access to exclusive, limited-time only products, coupons, and special offers. And you'll earn reward points, free food, and Cousins merchandise. Now that's how a VIP should be treated. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Kessler's is famous
nationwide for diamond engagement rings.
But what most people don't know
is that Kessler's is equally amazing at wedding bands.
Engagement rings come in thousands of styles.
But not all engagement rings come with a matching wedding band.
No problem.
No problem. No problem.
You heard the part about equally amazing wedding bands, right?
That's real. We are amazing at wedding bands. We have a wedding band that is going to look fantastic. Fantabulous. Incomprehensibly good. With your engagement ring.
It's going to look really good.
Ricky.
I prefer Rick.
You need to work with us.
Yeah, Ricky. Work with us.
Seriously, you're going to be extremely happy with what you find at Kessler's. Our sales associates are good at helping you find the perfect wedding band.
Much better, Ricky.
I prefer Rick.
Yeah, Ricky. Much better. Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand wherever you get your podcasts. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
I'm just a stranger with a twisted smile and I'm wondering.
Scalzo and Brust presented by Michelob Ultra. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, Josh DiMaggio. You, the Scalzo and Brust family, calling, texting 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Got to give a shout out to American Family Insurance, amfam.com. Again, amfam.com. As a first-time homeowner, I could not be more lucky than to be working with American Family. I had them for my auto, and so it was easy to just add on my home insurance because I was working with a local agent. So even when it was car insurance, even when I had my auto insured with them, when we had to submit claims, I was able to call my insurance agent, ask questions, get answers that I believed in and trusted because I knew the person. Right? That's who my insurance agent is. And she's fantastic. You can find your own local American Family Insurance agent at amfam.com. And if you're buying your first home, their digital home quoting tool is going to make it easy for you. They have special coverages to truly protect you from the unexpected. And remember, when you protect both your home and auto with American Family, you can save up to 28%. So Romeo Doubs has been in the news a lot lately. One, he had the comments to the media talking about how Aaron Rodgers barely spoke with him, although gave Aaron Rodgers a lot of credit for his growth and development. But he had also had something interesting to say to Dennis Krause on Spectrum News 1 when equating Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. He said, I think Jordan can do it. I think Jordan is a really good quarterback. When you go from Aaron Rodgers to Jordan, Aaron was a really great quarterback, but I believe Jordan can do the same exact thing, so I don't really see what's the big difference.
Well, you're going to. I mean, I know Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe you'll be eating dog food here in 7 months.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know Aaron didn't have a statistical great season, but I mean, even in Week 17, I'll remember forever. Aaron Rodgers threw an absolute dart to Romeo Doubs, like 30 yards down the right sideline. In the breadbasket, Greg. You know who didn't catch it in the breadbasket? The same guy who's complaining right now. So I understand that they probably didn't have the relationship that Doubs wanted, or that, you know, he probably didn't have the success he was looking to as a rookie after all the hype coming out of training camp. We're going to find out just how good these young guys really are.
Yes, we are. And I don't blame Romeo for throwing his support behind Jordan. Like, I think ultimately, what's the harm for him in trying to pump up his guy, provide confidence, and ultimately, like what's he supposed to say in that spot?
Leave Aaron Rodgers out of it and just pump Jordan Love up.
Yeah,
no comparison.
Probably a way to do it, but he's Team Love. Like the whole team, that young undercurrent is basically
more
in the bleep Aaron, we're Jordan guys realm, right? Like that, they are taking sides, they are drawing lines, and it's very clear where a lot of these young teammates are on the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, they'll be drawing lines away from him if he's no good. Let me tell you that much.
That's true. Or again, he will be good and we'll see flashes, and Ben Brust will be eating out of a dog bowl and drinking out of a dog bowl here come January.
That is a possibility based off the Scalzo and Brust family. Only 30% of them have me actually eating dog food with the Packers winning the division.
Coming up next in Beaver Dam, it's Joe and Amber in Madison. It's Prep Mania Studio Show in Milwaukee. It's on the tee.
Earlier accident along 94 eastbound at Hawley Road has been taken care of and cleared. Just seeing the residual delays left over from 84th Street past Hawley Road. The westbound side's easing up a bit, still heavy from 25th Street through the stadium. Southbound on 43 between Silver Spring and Hampton's going to be heavy. The northbound side slow just north of North Avenue all the way up to Keefe. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy, a chance of showers and storms.